Chin jab. We'll just review some of the basic stuff. Today, I'd like to go over some more work with the edge of hand blows. We got the dummies. We'll do a lot more impact training this weekend. So today, we'll go into a little more detail with some of the more, I want to say esoteric, but that's not really a good word. Maybe some of the more advanced Fairbairn stuff that some of you guys haven't seen. I want to do work with the edge of hand blow. We'll do some of the defenses against boxing. Then tomorrow, I think we'll spend the whole day going over the O'Neill system. Tomorrow, we'll do the O'Neill system, but we're going to do the World War II syllabus. We're not going to do the latest syllabus. The World War II syllabus was much more extensive than what was done later on. So tomorrow, we'll probably concentrate on O'Neill. Today, we'll concentrate on Fairbairn. Okay, just to warm up, just have your training partner stand like a dummy. And we'll start out with the chin jab. You're going to take your left leg, you're going to step right next to his right foot. Okay, just take that step. You have to get off the center line. I'm going to be hitting with my right hand. My right shoulder, hip, and knee should be in line with his center line. Okay, that's going to be the most powerful way for me to hit. So, all I want you to do to warm up is practice. Take that step. I'm angling, right? I'm angling so he gets some shoulder input. My left hand is going to catch him right behind the back. I'm going for the opposite side kidney. And that's a shot. When I grab, that's a shot. You see what happens when I hit him? You see this, right? That helps the chin jab. So as I step in here, this hand now is going to sweep straight up and catch right under the chin. This way. Okay? Don't come straight up and slip off. I'm coming under, catching the chin, and now from this position, I want to drive the back of his head right into the ground. Okay? Wrist is bent back, just like you're holding a softball. Okay? Fingers are clawed. Now, don't do this with the wrist. If you're going to go for the eyes. When you hit, you lift the elbow. By lifting the elbow, I'm using the fingers go right in the eyes. Now I can use my whole body weight from here to drive him down. Okay? Real simple technique, so let's just warm up with that. Okay? This is not just the heel of the hand smashing with his chin. Your forearm, your elbow is hitting him on the sternum and in his eye. So that's why you have to sweep up without hitting him with the chin jab. I'm not going to hit him with the chin jab. Just this. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just here, it's everywhere. I'm pulling it because I don't want him to chin. But you're hitting the chin, the sternum, and his eye for solar plexus. Wow, he's pinning right in. Okay, so that's why there's got to be that upsweep, like you're doing it up. That's going to snap right in. Okay? So you can't go hard when you're hard, but you can put a little bit of juice. Okay, good. Keep going. Well, I'll do it a couple different angles so everybody will get a chance to see. Okay. What I want you to do now is you're going to hit with your left hand. You're going to make a good tight fist. What you're going to do is you're going to bend your wrist at a 45-degree angle, okay? So that the knuckles are pointing at an angle. Almost like your fist is an arrow. All right, so now these knuckles are going to be pointing forward. These knuckles are going to be pointing up, okay? All right. You're going to shift your weight from your left side to your right side. I'm shifting my weight, see? I'm getting this pivot. This fist is going to rise at a 45-degree angle. Now just let me have him turn this way. Everybody come in so you can see what I'm talking about. You see this? Okay, you see this? That fist, right from this position. Okay, oh boy, I don't want a problem. Light shift, just a please don't hurt me. Light shift. I'm getting my weight off of this leg. This hand is just going to rise and catch right under here. Look how that fits in. You see what I'm saying? This is why you're bending the wrist. You're coming up. The primary thing is the knuckle shot under the chin. But these knuckles are also hitting them right in the windpipe. So, you're standing here, the guy's right on you, you don't have time to really get that distance. All you do is just a little shift, and what happens when you make that little angular shift, he's going to follow you. This hand is coming from below his vision, just up, wham! That's all it does, it just come from here, boom, right under there. Nice short hard shot. So you hit one. From that position, step off at the angle again, to get away from anything he's going to throw, and then come right over the chin jab. Okay? So you're here, you're going to shift, boom, tap right in. Tap right in the chin, shift your weight back. I'm stepping away at 45 to get away from his weapons, and then come right in with the chin jab. When you strike, no matter where you strike on the throat, even if I hit the chest and bounce low, what I want to do is let the hot hand slide up right under the jawline. Okay? Now, tighten your neck up. If you'll notice, even when he tightens his neck, if I come underneath the jawline, I can still get into the throat. If I go lower, tighten up. I really have nothing. Okay? So no matter where you hit, you want to come up right under his jawline. That's where you want to dig. Okay, that's the best place to do it. This blow, just from here, just boom, doesn't have to be a hard shot. Mainly what it's doing is it's really holding his head. So I get that action. When I go low, another blow to the kidney, my head is right in his solar plexus. Looking down. Hard for him to do anything. Plus, look at this. Okay, that keeps it open. Okay? You hit him in the groin as many times as you want before you finally grab and pull. Then the backhand slides up to the trap. From here up to the trap. Dig into the trap. I'm holding him here to let him, so he can't go anywhere from that elbow. Okay? Got it? In 1 minute. Now, fighting bare knuckle, there are certain adjustments that you have to make as opposed to using what I would term the strict modern school of boxing. I'll give you just a brief history. There's several tapes out that I'm aware of that advertise, you know, that they're like bare knuckle boxing or a throwback to the old days. Well, there are a couple things you got to realize. First of all, when you look at the bare knuckle era, there was a lot more allowed in the ring than just punching. Okay? Open hand blows, going after the throat, using the forearms and the elbows, headbutting, biting, shinning, hurry, okay? Grappling. So if you look at the old style, you'll see that everything they did was for a specific purpose. Now, not only that, but there were a lot of other fist blows that were also allowed that you don't see today in the modern. Now, one of the important things, take a boxing stance. Okay, take a modern boxing stance. Okay, now, this is a modern boxing stance. This is good for a sporting situation. This is not very good for a real street fighting situation. Okay, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you don't have gloves protecting your hands. So you have thumbs and fingers right by your eyes, your mouth. It's not all that hard. I mean, with a good heel and palm shot, if I see a guy doing this type of cover, I don't even have to go to try to hit him in the head. I'm going to just start hitting him right in the forearms and the hands and driving his own fists right into his face. The other thing is you're exposing all these forearms. Now, we did the chops. You have chops. You could attack with the elbow into the bone this way, the hammer fist, or you could just start punching. Like, I mean, and a good example of that is Marciano, Rocky Marciano. The second thing is this is why boxers, one of the main reasons why boxers immediately lose to grapplers. This is not a stance that's going to stop a grappler. It's not happening. Now, let's compare that to the old man. Okay, weight is generally placed on the rear foot. You have one hand out, and usually that hand was held at the midline. Okay? Held at the midline. This is a whole different stance. I'm not exposing my arms to be hit. They're not going to get jammed back into me. I'm covering my body, my ribs, my solar plexus. Even my groin is protected because I'm turning away. Okay? The other thing is, doing this, and he shoots, okay, is a whole different thing than doing this. It's a whole nother, look at it, where's it, what's he shooting right into?
Your fist.
Your fist. And your hands are, he's got to get past this. He's got to get past this lead hand. He's got to get past that lead hand. He's got to deal with this. Now, I don't only have a punch, I have elbows. I'm saying the whole stance, everything is different. Okay, so there's validity for how they did things. The fight, I prefer to do more the old style. If you condition your hands and your forearms and your elbows, and this guy don't, he's in a world of hurt. Okay, so that's an idea just based on stance. All right, next, let's talk about just basic blows. A punch with a big glove on is a whole different proposition from a point of view of leverage and physics than when you're bare knuckle. Massive trunk, when you have gloves on, you can have more of a pummeling, swinging type blow that's going to cause referral shock to the brain, as opposed to bare knuckle, where I can actually go for vulnerable areas. Okay, I can actually, with my knuckles, I can target vulnerable areas. I'm still going to cause traumatic brain injury, but I can be much more accurate with it. And I have to because I don't have anything protecting my hands. All right, so it's not just a matter, and I see this all the time, of just this, throwing your hand. I see everybody teaching that kind of stuff. I don't see the point to it. I don't think it's that good. It's fine when you have gloves on. It's not that good when you don't have gloves on. You got to study how to learn to use your fists. The lead fist is going to be used differently than the rear fist. So what we'll just start out with is this. There's a certain, see my shoulder is up? Here's another thing. Ralph will talk more about it tomorrow. But Ralph and I made an interesting discovery in we got some old manuscripts. And we made an interesting discovery in an old manuscript that covered some boxing, where they talk about the stance. I read the clip. Their stance is cross-armed. so that they immediately have the arms to parry with. Cross-arm. Siciliano, jiu-jitsu, right. So there's a lot more correlation than most people realize. That's why I say, I might sound like an old broken record. The more you research, the more you figure out. The problem is, yeah, you appreciate enough, but you also realize there are a lot of guys out there that are just full of shit. Okay, now the lead. There's a rotation to the lead, right? Small circles. You don't want to punch straight out with this. I'm going to continue to stand. As a matter of fact, put your hands down. Just use your front. I want you to, like, if you had a flywheel, this way. There's a circular action to that lead. Not to the rear hand, to the lead hand. It's not a jab. Okay, this is not a boxer's jab. This is, you're going to step in and smack with those, but it's this way. Here. See how you get that last shock at the end? Okay, so this is like a circle. Not this way. You can keep your hand at an angle. When you hit, it's vertical. But it's a flywheel type of action. This way. Why? I don't have to go 1, 2, 3. This can circle and circle, or circle and circle without a lot of pull back to regain momentum. Okay? All right, so that's how we're going to do the lead. Now, the right hand. The right hand, because it's sweeping around, we talked about this before, the line of the mouth. Draw a line straight down with a mental form in this. That's the knockout. Now, he's taller than I am. How do I hit him with my knuckles without breaking my hand? I don't hit him vertically. That doesn't feel right. Okay? I don't hit him horizontally. Because if I miss, I'm going to hit with these lower knuckles and I'm still going to break my hand. This hand comes in a loop, in an arc. Over, the hand twists. Look at how those knuckles fit right in. And I'm hitting with those knuckles. So it's coming over and twisting down. So drop that right over. Right into the jaw, okay? Warm up with that, then we'll try it. But here, don't bring it so far back that now you're defenseless. In other words, it's here, but that, you gotta get past this hand. You gotta get, as soon as you make them, and I'm saying, that thing, so you don't know if I'm coming low, you don't know if I'm coming high, you gotta get past that hand. So I'm not doing a lot of shit. It's not like I'm knocking out. When you drive through, you're gonna get it to do this. For 1 second, if I just watch. If I just do this, react now. So if I did this, you bring your head right back. If I did right, you're going to go like this, right back. Right away. So the idea is that this goes back. You see this? His head turns, it takes longer for him to try to, down 1 second, I can be honest. That's why you want to drive it. Right? Lock that. This, right? That's protected. Put that out, and he does that. That gets knocked. Look at the difference. So that protects this. This is right here, ready to roll high or roll low. Okay, now, jab is not big. Almost like Wing Chun. It's very similar to how a Wing Chun was. It is. It's simple. You got that rotation. Very simple. Now, this hand. So when you throw that punch, this hand is coming straight. Right at the last second, the fist twists down, the elbow comes up, you drive this way. See how you got me off balance going that way? Like I was explaining to these guys, if I just tap your chin, you go like this and come right back, right? Right? And your head snaps back. So if you throw a hook, even if the guy doesn't pull back, and flick off, you hit him and his head's going to rotate right back. If I take that punch and drive through, what happens? Where your head goes, your body goes, your whole head turns. So even if I don't get that knockout, I'm right on your back. Okay, so just don't skim with the punch. Okay, that punch is still coming in a straight line, except it's coming over when driving, but still a straight line. Okay? All right. Then years later, I was playing with it, and I said, I didn't like it. Yes, let's look at this from a counterpoint. Here's the jaw, here's the nose. There's about an inch difference, right? That makes a lot. For me to bring the hand out to get it down to hit the chin, as opposed to right from here, just twisting to the nose. Now, you hit the eye socket and the side of that nose and break it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so my preference for that is from this position to just twist that fast. Twist right across the nose, right back to the throat, twist to the point. So I like the nose as a target for that. You could do the jaw, but if you see what I'm saying, you got to come too far out to really get the torque. And you really got to be at a certain angle to hit that jaw right. Where the nose, you can be almost anywhere. And this is, hey pal, please don't hurt me. And just bust that thing. So that's why I like that one. We'll do a little more of the palm stuff. Like I said, the boxing stuff, you got to condition your hands. And even then, you're going to hurt yourself. But we'll do a little bit more of the boxing. Okay, well, you want me to go over them real quick? Actually, we won't work out anymore because everybody looks like they're beaten. So, but I'll go over some of the hooks.
Yes.
Back in the bare knuckle days, they didn't have hooks. They had swings. Okay. The reason for that is, again, with gloves, you'll see modern boxing trainers teach a hook where they dip and they tell you to come out this way with the hand. Everybody's seen this.
That right, please.
With the hand hook. This is the most unnatural. Nobody throws a hook like that. I don't give a shit who you are. You watch any tape of a guy throwing a supposed hook, they're hitting with this part of the glove. They're slapping with that part of the glove. Now, anybody that's got any familiarity with Chinese systems, Choi Light Foot, some of the Shaolin Long Fist, they have, even Shorinji Kempo, has these swings where they scrape with the knuckles, basically to the temple. Okay? So there's some validity to it. Again, you've got a Lama Pai, White Crane, some of the styles have it, but you really got to condition the hands. As far as bare knuckle boxing goes, what you do is you're going to concentrate on the index knuckle, and it's going to just swing around this way, into the temple, into the jaw hinge, or the neck. That does it, right? Or he throws a punch, slip around to the kidney. He throws his punch, you slip this way around to the solar plexus of the ribs. So these swings are incredibly powerful.
And also a lot of Russian boxers still do that kind of stuff.
And I want to tell you, my personal belief is that, yes, this, without a doubt, was extant from old-style bare-knuckle boxing. But I think that a lot of the Russian guys got this from their association with Chinese martial artists. Because, again, you'll see, especially with a guy that's much taller, a lot of Chinese systems, when they punch to the face, turn completely over. Now, so I'll use this jab, okay, to pop out. But when I practice to load it up with power, after I smack him here, on that second turn, I turn that fist over and drop it with my whole body weight in that same arc as I would use this one. Okay, and again, you see a lot of Chinese systems do that. But basically, the hook punch is not a hook per se. And even guys today that box, watch any of these guys. They're really not throwing a hook punch like people are taught to throw a hook punch. It's more of a slap, but because it's such a loaded thing, you get that traumatic shock of the brain. But when you're bare knuckle, you're just going to twist that thing over. Like I said, temple, jaw hinge, into the side of the neck, the ribs, the kidney, it hurts, right?
No, just made me a little asleep.
Okay, now you have chopping blows and hammer blows. Okay? Now, a chopping blow generally, which let's say he throws a swing or a hook with that hand. This was one of the old classic guards. The reason why they like to use this guard is this was a guard against not only the swing, but if he did a pivot blow, which would be turn around the other way with back, like this. That's how they block. Swing. I bring that elbow up. Now, the chop blow is generally almost like a karate urakir, a back fist. Right from here, that just swings over, right to the eye of the bridge of the nose and comes straight down. That's what a chop fist is. This chops this way, not this way. This is a half pivot. If I make a swing and miss, this coming back is a half pivot because it's a half pivot as opposed to here, which is a full pivot. Make sense? Okay. Now, the uppercut, very interesting. Where's Frank? You like Donovan, right?
Beg your pardon?
You like Donovan?
Donovan? No,
Like
you Mike Donovan, yeah.
Okay. Do you have Donovan's book on?
No, I don't have it with me. It was at school.
But you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you notice anything about his uppercut?
No, I don't remember.
Put your hand, I'll just use you as a target. Okay. Generally, we think of the uppercut as this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But the original bare knuckle boxing, the uppercut was used after a strike to the solar plexus, buckled him. The hand then was brought back, and the knuckles and back of the hand was swept up. Donovan shows that right in his book. He said, this is an uppercut. This wham, this swing. So you hit, boom, into the solar plexus, he goes down, and you hit with the hand bent with the back of the hand. That was how they did an uppercut in the old days. We'll do a little bit more tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of the offense. But that gives you an idea. So you had, like I said, you had this jab this way. You had the power jab that dropped. You had the overhand right. You had these swings that really were swings. Okay, the uppercut, which circled this way. The pivot blow here. The chop blow here. And the full pivot blow, which also could be used with the elbow. Why do they call it that? That's it. I don't know what. With your right arm, I want you to use your left arm. I want you to just simulate coming right across his jaw with the heel of your hand. Bang, just come right across his jaw. You're going to smack him right in the jaw. From this, that's when I want you to loop that hand, okay? So he's here, pressure on him. You're going to smash this part of the jaw, and then you're going to loop. Now I want you to watch something. As I cut, like I said, on this seminar I'm going to get a little more technical with you guys. Okay, you can just bull that choke in and do a good job. But let's look at some other aspects of this. I start with my forearm in a horizontal plane. As the blade passes across his throat, I twist it. See? I twist it up already for the choke. He's already feeling that. I'm only using one hand. Okay, so pressure, smack that jaw. Come back, lock that in. Take this hand and set it right in there. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is just creep back a little bit in physics. So that's the optimum position to get to damage the cervical vertebrae. So we know that. We don't have to take it that far. Okay? I want you to practice that smash right into that choke. Now this hand's right here. Loop it. Remember what I said? I like to use index finger and pinky. It's easy for me because I got that space.
Next seminar, we'll all have my fingers.
What I said. Palm to palm is fine. You make a 90-degree opening. Index finger to pinky, when you lock, look how tight that is. So that's naturally tight. Naturally tight. So just now we'll practice from this position. Just start to go back a little bit. Just to here and just drop. Okay? Do that a little bit and then we'll go in to using a leg wrap with the choke. Be careful with this one.
Go easy.
Go easy. All right? Okay, grab your partner. One hand, see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to tell you what. Here. Whoa, that was fast right there. That's why you do the leg. You feel it's different. But here, watch. Not only here, but up. You get the gag reflex. This is the throat. This is the gag, right? You see it? Okay, so you got not only the windpipe, but when you come under here, that's where the nerve is for the gag reflex of the tongue. Right? No, that's not bad. Don't sit like this. Okay, I'll tell you why. This is what Craig just did. This is the throat, right? You feel that. But if I bring this up underneath where the tongue is, it's a whole nother feel. Now you got not only the windpipe, but now you got your tongue being shoved right up into the roof of your mouth. And right under here is where the nerve is for the gag reflex, which is what actually gets affected when you have epilepsy. That's one of the nerves that's not functioning right. That's why they swallow their tongue. Okay, so that's the same idea. So you're not only getting a windpipe choke, but you're also getting that suffocation reflex. Okay? And you guys will feel the difference. You feel the difference? Mm-hmm. Okay? Cool. Nice. All right, listen. Not just to pull in here. That comes and turns up. I get not only to throw it this way, but
Oh, yeah.
right underneath. Listen. Exactly. Not just this, like turn up. So now if this,
Oh, yeah.
here and up.
Hi, Mom.
Ready? Line or to do dojimi, the leg constriction on the guy. Other than for that reason, if you put the choke on and the guy bucks, knocking you back, that's where you go into the second part of the maneuver. Other than that, you would do just what we did, trying to flatten out on your stomach. Okay, so go down. Okay, so you're gonna, like I said, you hit, set the choke. Now, lean on him, let him put a little pressure on you, and you're gonna drop back there. Okay, I'm gonna keep the choke on. I'm gonna hook. See how I hook? Right now, here's where there's gonna be controversy. So Jimmy on and this. Okay, so I'll start from here. No pressure, with my ankles hooked. Okay, I've already got him here. I've got him in this. No pressure. Let's see who's going to tap first. He can put the overhook on my ankles. I'll do the choke. Go. Okay, he's too busy fighting the choke. They're out stiff, constricting below his ribs. Okay, so that's how you do dojimi. So in that situation, it's hard for him to do the over ankle, right? In a sport competition, in a judo shiai or randori, when you can't use dojimi, it's much easier. In a real fight, when you can squeeze like hell, it's a whole nother ballgame. And he feels the difference in the choke too, right? Okay? All right, so let's try that rear naked choke with the dojimi. And really, and you want to try to get right under these lower ribs, the floating ribs. Okay, we'll give it a shot. Okay, gravy train plan. Originally, this technique was done to the neck, this way. Okay, so now to do this, I can't have my legs loose, right? My legs have to be locked. Right? I want you to think the same thing when you're doing it dojimi to his guts. Just don't leave your legs there. Lock those ankles and extend those legs and really squeeze as you're doing a choke, and let him try to do the overhook, just to get an idea, okay? To see if I'm making a valid point or not. All right? Okay, good. Happening strength. Basically, we can do the same type entry. Smash that jaw, lock it in. This time, what we're going to do is I like to put a little pressure to open the shoulder and snap, hit this. Really hit this. This lever, see, you should never get behind his head. If this, in a real fight, I'm not talking about a sporting match, in a real fight, if this hand gets behind his head, he's dead. His throat is crushed. So it's here, knock it in, lever this. This is where he should tap. If I can use that lever to go all the way back, see how much I got to loosen up to get this? Okay, that's what you do in a fight if you had to. Now, of course, we mediate this. If I see that this lever is so tight in a real life and death fight, this is what I'm doing. But if it's something less that I have to control, well, then I'll drop it up on the bicep so I can do this. And now just put the pressure on. And you know what this is? It's not really Fa Jing. It's what they call pulse energy. But what we'll do now is we're just going to work on trying to get a neck crank without the use of the arm. Okay? It'll be a little more difficult, but Your technique has to be a little bit better. So what we're going to do is the arm that's, remember what I said, you want to grab the inside of that tendon, okay, to really lock. What you're going to do is you're going to let this slip so that this part of my wrist, right behind the back of my hand, is right above or behind his ear, okay? Now I'm going to lock with this hand, basically the same grip we use for the choke. Now I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do, okay? That's all it is. Oh, I thought you said so, okay? So start from here, let this hand work its way up, right into here, right above the ear. Then just lock this and just put the pressure on the neck. This goes across the ear and the temple, right into here. As I squeeze, still put that pressure on, and just lean.
The thing I say to myself is you're almost going to follow him. You're going to keep following
Yes,
him and somebody.
yeah, but, well, here's a good point. You're right, you're not, you start to follow and then pull. Okay, now, remember something else. This is not competition. We're not doing this for competition. So there's certain aspects of a hold in a street fight that you're not that worried about. In a real street fight, if I start to do this and I see that something's going to happen, before that leg comes, right? In the nuts about 30 times. All right? Yeah. Hope that wasn't his balls. His nuts are atrophied. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or I start, that leg starts to come over. Now he can bring his leg over all he wants. Now it's a battle of who's willing to do what, where, and how. But the simplest thing to do is just let go and just start smashing him right in the gonads. Okay. Once you start to get his mind down here, then that fist. Coming right here. You're right. I mean, even without the ring, I think we're good. But you see what I'm saying? A real street fight's a whole other ballgame. But for now, like I said, once you get, just practice getting in that hold. Just let that hand set here. Lock this and just practice making him tap from here. Just on the neck crank.
Just even what a question is, just about following. You're driving that shoulder pressure right back and trying to pin my hips down. Okay.
And like I said, if I start to feel him start to twist me to go, that's when that elbow's going to. And I'm going to tell you another thing. It doesn't make all that much difference whether you hit him in the gonads or you start to hit him in the thighs. That's going to get his mind off of what he's got to do. And if I want to get to his nuts, and then I go into his.
Jamie, you've already had kids, right?
Yeah, we're playing on another one.
I'll put a word plan. All right, you get the idea? All right, okay. What is that? It's a fishing sinker. It's tied to one end of the bandana. This makes a perfect grip on this hand. On this end of the bandana is another double knot. The double knot is so that you can just grab it between those two fingers. All I got to do is make one wrap, and that's locked right in my hand. So not only do I have a fishing sinker that I can use to do some damage, okay, but I have a mechanical advantage here. Much better than my arms. So I'm in a battle with this guy. I start to use my elbows into the throat. That's how you win fights. So all of this, that's how you win fights. So all of this stuff that we do unarmed is great. Okay, but it's one small aspect. Okay, one small aspect. Right. Now, we want to try to come in and stab me without, right? I mean, he's going to take a serious shot. He might, right? So just this here, across the knee, up, right? Look how he's got the knife. What do I have? I got a bandana and a fish hook. I'm not saying it's the solution, but look at his reaction against this. Something this stupid. This stupid. Okay? Then this is a no-brainer. Is this an easy? Right or wrong? Okay? Combined with the angle of the edge of hand blow, pretty much gives you the defense as you're moving in for the attack. Okay, so, in other words, let's say I start with left edge of hand blow. I'm hitting edge of hand blow, hitting edge of hand blow. Now I have to maneuver to use my other side. I strike. As I step, there's a gap. Right? There's a gap where there's no defense of it. In other words, I've opened a void where he doesn't have to worry about anything, and that's where you're going to get into trouble. So, what this is for is the drag step can be done 1 time or 20 times, doesn't matter. But that will be with the lead engine handle. Now, for whatever reason, I want to switch my position to put the rear side of my body to the front. Now, this is how we do it. From this blow, this hand is my defense, my cover. I don't want to move it from here, okay? I don't want to bring it across. This is unnatural. I want to strike from here. But in a real fighting situation, if a guy's got a stance, the only thing I can do from here is maybe a downward chop to his arm. Okay, maybe good, maybe not. I like to do something more than that now. Okay, so from this hand position, when I do that pivot step, this hand is cruel. Look what's happening with this. Watch this one. Here's my cover, right? I'm moving it covered. I'm covering. Now this is coming down at an angle, 45-degree angle, clearing everything in front of me. Right back now to this, and I just switch my stance. Right? So I'm going to attack with this. I move here. Now this hand's the lead. I want to go back to using this hand. I just don't want to step into it. I want to maneuver this. Look how awkward he feels. This is my cover hand. Now this knocks everything in front of this. After all the years of training, not only training myself, but training other people, I realized that we need a system to teach that is easily understood, easily remembered, easily executed. So in everything I've seen, the fundamentals of the World War II close combatives, especially from that Fairbairn, Applegate, Sykes, to me seem to fit the bill the best. But that doesn't mean that that's where I've ended. That's what I believe is the easiest thing to give someone that has no real interest in ongoing training. Now you got to remember, I'm specifically coming from a mentality of teaching law enforcement. Now forget what anybody says. We got guys in this room that are on a job. You know as well as I know that most cops are not going to train. They're going to do what they do at the academy, and that's it. But yet, for a career of 30 some odd years, 25, 30 years, they're still going to have to deal with people in the street. So our initial concept is to be able to teach guys a very simple system with a minimum amount of training that would give them the maximum benefit practice, and you can get good enough in short enough amount of time that you can actually use this. But don't forget, I got over 40 some odd years of training in all kinds of martial arts. So if you want to take this to the next step, we take it to the next step. Don't make the mistake of boxing anybody into a corner. That this is all the guy does. Or that's all he knows. No. Where is it coming? If a guy walks up and shows you a basic punch, do you say, oh, that's all the guy knows, is a basic punch? Or do you say, maybe he showed me that basic punch because that's all he thinks I can do? The World War II combatives, to me, is the best basic system to give or to teach, to give you good, strong fundamentals that will really help you win or survive a street fight. Okay. What we're going to do now, I started with this, now we're going to couple it with Fairbairn's defense, his systemized defense against a fist fighter, a grappler, or a judoka, or wrestler. Very simple, easily understood, again, common sense. All right, take a box and stuff. Okay, now it's a situation where the man has taken some type of offensive position. What we're going to do is this, just like we said in the beginning. Your first move is going to be to gain distance and to draw him in. So we're going to take one step back. For him to do anything, he's got to close that gap. Now this footwork is very important. Just watch my footwork. You have to practice this footwork. 1, 2. Notice that I start, he's in an orthodox boxing position. I'm going to stand with my left side forward. I'm going to step back with my left side forward. My next step, I'm going to switch to my opposite side forward. almost a southpaw position. This is important. In order for this system to work optimally, we're not from a closed gate position. Closed gate would be this, right? This is open gate. You have to do this from an open gate. If he fought in a southpaw, I would stay in this position. Got it? It's got to be an open position for this to work optimally. Most guys that have any training are going to fight from an orthodox position, so that's what we'll practice. Okay, so your footwork is this. You step back, he wants to close that distance. Now I'm going to step again and turn. See the big gap I opened? I also made an open position, open gate position. As he closes again, now we go into 3 very simple techniques. Okay? 1, 2, from this position we close, we close with what Fairbairn called the flick kick, which is an outside edge of the boot kick. Just flick at the shin of the knee. Flick. It's not a power kick. All this is just flicks. See that? That's all I want to get. I want to stop him, and I just want to get that type of position. So just flick the edge of the boot at him. As that comes down, you kick him right in the groin. Fairbairn called that the high kick. Now, depending on his position, it's either a straight front kick or a little bit of a hook kick. But it's not anything convoluted. You're taking a toe in your boot, you're kicking him in the balls. That's it. Okay, so. Oh boy, I step back. Now see, he's got to come in. This is where the flick kick, just flick that out, kick to the groin. Now, I'm going to step again and do the shin scrape stomp. I'm going to come back with this leg as I move right down and crush that foot. Wham! When that happens, he's generally going to come up and grab his foot. Once he does that, then you go to work. Tie your claw, chin jab, axe hands, whatever. Okay, so we're just going to practice at the beginning. You're going to practice 1, 2, flick kick, groin kick. Oh!
Does that hurt?
I kick Clint in the knee of the shin. I flicked him. He's going to get a reaction. You at night, how many times you got up at night, take a piss, get a cup of coffee, whatever, cup of coffee. Just so you guys screwed up by you. And right, I can't say come here have a pot of coffee. And you smash your shin on an end table or a coffee table. What do you do? Oh God, right? There's a reaction. This is what you're going to get here. He thinks he's got you. You step back, boom, you get that flick. You're going to get a reaction. If I take my boot, drive that into his groin, he's not, even if I don't hit him, nobody's going to stand there.
He's going to react.
Okay, he's going to react to that. So now you see the distance. When I come in with that foot stuff, you see how that stuff's going to work. Right, you see what I'm saying? The idea, plus you got to understand his mentality. He's figures you're dead meat. Right, he sees going, oh my God. He's thinking, this guy is tough. You see what I'm saying? You got to get this. You got to get the vehemence and artifice. Artifice being number 1. Being a sneaky son of a bitch. Vehemence is being a nasty son of a bitch. So when you understand in a real fight, he's going to fight you because he thinks he can kick your ass. He's not going to pick a fight with you if he thinks he's going to get the shit. So your retreating sets him up. He's not expecting, especially if his weight's coming forward and you just flick, you're gonna get some kind of reaction. He's gonna react. Then you come in with this. So you got to be a little more realistic with how you. I mean, at least understand how it's going to work. Okay, makes sense? Okay, keep going. Get that figure 8. Figure 8, okay, because we're going to be playing that after lunch a lot. Okay? Go ahead. go easy. Concentrating on his attack. He's not worrying about his defense. He's concentrating on what he's going to do to you, not protecting himself. Make sense? Okay, so let's combine now this with what we did when we came back from lunch. So you take that shuffle step, back, flick kick, groin kick, stomp. From here, you don't have to hit him. Move back a little bit. What I want, you know what I'll have to do? Let your train partner move back and just put his arm out. Just put his arm out. After you do the stomp, figure eight that arm. You can leave it out a little bit. Okay, just practice. So you're doing practice the figure eight. Okay, just do it twice. I step once, I step back. I flick kick, groin kick, stop. Now, figure eight, and just stop there. So we combine that figure eight shot with three defensive kicks. Okay? Put that together. Work with that one. Just knock his hands apart. Just real simple. Just step in, knock his hands apart. My left hand is going to catch again behind the neck like we did before. But now, instead of going for the throat, I'm going to come directly for his face. These two fingers right into the eyes, cup the heel of the hand under the chin, thumb and pinky dig. And just dig those fingers right into his eyes. Okay?
What did the right finger do from?
Okay. Step in, knock him aside. Catch behind the neck, drive right into the eyes. As soon as you start to get his head back, drive the knee into the groin. That's all. Practice the groin shot. Okay? This is not a shove. When you grab here, the hand just goes on the face, finds his eyes, dig those fingers in, lock that in, and as soon as his hands fly up to your hand, wham, that knee goes right in.
Kick him in the nuts. He still had kids.
Yeah, I know. Here. Good. So knee him in the groin. Okay? So that's how we got to this position. Okay. One hand cups his chin. See? I'm locking it, cup the chin. Other hand comes under to cup that hand. And then you're just going to take his head and snap. Very, very simple, easy technique. Back and literally claw the fingers. What you're going to do is you're going to come up to the dummy. I want you to hit with a lead. This is almost like your jab. Okay? That lead edge of hand blow. Right from here, you're going to just smash straight in. Now, just smash. Not up, just smash straight in. Now, the mechanics of the tiger claw are as follows. Your fingers aim for the eyes first. Then, because of the resistance, your hand will collapse onto the face. So the fingers are into the eyes. The pad underneath the fingers usually hits the nose, and then the chin is finally hit by the heel of the hand. So it's fingers, and as the hand collapses, then the heel of the hand smashes into the chin. Okay? That's the mechanics of the tiger's claw. All right? So, on the dummy, you're going to step in, lead edge of hand blow, smash with the tiger's claw. When you withdraw from the tiger's claw, same hand. Now, go right back to what you were doing. Okay? Finish however you want. You could do the double ear box, eye gouge, chin jab. You could chin jab, ear box, eye gouge, however. I don't care, whatever comes. But it's edge of hand blow, tiger claw. Smash that right into his face. Then follow up with your edge of hand blows and you finish it. Okay? Let's go. Dummies, I want combination strikes of both dummies.
Bring the dummy in a little more, too.
Yeah, move it. After you do what you got to do, you're going to run to your chair, pick your chair up, use it as a shield, okay? Then put it down, and then you're done. As fast as you can, get that chair right in front of you. You got, maybe you didn't finish these two guys. Maybe one guy pulls a knife. Is there going to be a chair on the corner of Broadway and 57th? No, there could be a trash can. Doesn't matter what it is. Anything, right. Grab it, now you're done. Okay, so from there to there, as fast as possible, get that chair in action. Let's go! After the man in the middle hits, and runs, when he breaks, now the runner comes in. Okay? Let's not try to have any serious injuries.
Just remember, the chair's this way. This, your head's out. Stay back there.
Right. The idea is that you get a little bit of resistance. You pick that chair up and you're ready to stop the guy that's coming after you. Okay, so we don't have to get out of the way. You know. Broken nose, okay. All right.
Everybody signed a waiver, right?
Everybody paid, right?
You know what the throw's supposed
Bring
to
this in.
be. What you did, which I understand, but you don't want to pick a chair up and fight your way back between these guys. Just pick up the chair. I want you to just know that you're braced, that you can, you know what I mean? Don't fight back with one of the guys who's trying to kill you. Just stop this guy from charging you, and that's the end of the job, okay? Move in, you right your hand blow. Back and front, step, pivot, move in for the edge of hand blows. High and low, just like we did in the other footwork. Okay? After you feel comfortable with that, then do the elbows too. Okay, you can step, pivot out of line, elbow, edge of hand. And then mix it up, okay? So we'll do, but I want that footwork. All right, good, get your groups going. Let's say a situation you're approached by two guys, okay? I got a guy coming up behind me, and I have him here. Now, if I just attack him, if I know I just got to move on him, I'm going to have to deal with him on my back, right? Okay, so here's another idea. Constantly think about why you need different type of footwork. If I was going to make a move on him and had to protect myself from here, by stepping and pivoting here, what am I doing? I'm getting out of his ring. I'm able to smash him, and I can deal with him when he comes in. So there's another simple way how your footwork will work. Okay? Are you I'm not interested in that right now. If he brings his hand up your center line, do it again, and I move out of the way, I'm out of it. Look where his hand is. Right, where he had cut me right up the middle, right? See, right? But I'm not there. So, very easy drill. You have this one way, then he's going to come in on that side, and you're going to practice the other way. No complex, convoluted thing. All I'm doing is coming slow. I'm just stepping out and bringing the feet back to shoulder width apart. And I'm trying to step to his outside. So he'll start first with the right, come back, left, come back. Nice, you have to do. But if you have an option at all, which means time, okay, you're going to try to get out of the way. Now, there's certain strategies to use to help you accomplish that goal, okay, in a real attack. One of them is simply this. When I open the distance, he's a real aggressor. I know that this guy, he's looking to knock my head off, okay? There's definitely going to be a fight. I step back, okay? He's going to follow me. Why? He's got to get the distance to do something. So, a real easy tactic is, when you approach, you all know we want to step back and keep distance. This is what he does naturally. Now, as soon as he makes that move, step back again. What you've just done is you've programmed him for that straight ahead bull rush because he's watching what you're doing. okay? So don't do this necessarily. Well, I get into a confrontation with him, okay, verbal, it starts, and I don't start doing this. Not good, not good, not good, okay? I want to set him up. I set him up by stepping back once, step back twice. Now what's also happening? His momentum, you could all just see that. Wasn't his momentum starting to build? I guarantee before you take that third step, he's going to be behind you. You just saw what happened. Now, this is where, when you go 1, 2, now that's when you make your side step. He's going to be right past you. One idea behind the drill. The second idea is it's a good way now to start training your edge and hand blow from different angles. Yeah, let's see what I do. And remember, this is a drill. He's going to step in, right leg. No, you're going to do it. Okay? I move. Now, what state of freeze? What is open? This could be a punch, it could be a push, it could be a stab, right? Same basic motion. From that position, what is open? Edge of hand blow to the kidney, or an edge of hand blow to the back of the neck, or temple, whatever. But high range, probably catching the back of the neck, blow into the kidney. So, your drill is this. 1, 2, step in, low, high. Back again, he comes in again. Step, high, low. See what I'm doing? Nice, easy drill. So it's 1, 2, get out of the way. Step back in, practice your backhand edge and hand. He goes to that side, same idea. Step out of the way, step in. Low, high, or high, low. Good way now to start working your edge and hand drills with different angles. Real good. Don't do this. I don't want you to step so that any part of your body is in front of you. Okay, you want to get completely out of the way, then step in with full body weight commitment. Okay? Completely out of the way, then step in, full body weight commitment. Make it completely out of the way. Okay? Go ahead. Backhand edge of hand blow. Okay, so from here I'm going to step in, strike this way. Immediately come down right vertical. Collarbone, straight down. Okay? So you're going to step in. Backhand down, snap. 1, 2, back. So it's backhand, then 1, 2, 3. Come back. Backhand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're leading. Awesome. Now, whoever you want to, I'm just going to not that interested, as long as you hit with power. But what I want you to do is after every 4 blows, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever hand feels comfortable. I'm not even going to tell you what hand to use. Everybody's going to do something different. But after your 4 edge of hand blows, grab this and cinch it. Okay? 4, grab and cinch it. And you can use the right hand for both sides. I don't care, whatever comes naturally. What I want you guys to start to develop is that ability that as soon as that trigger goes and you move, whatever comes, comes. What's the most important thing in the drills? That it gives you what? Spontaneity. Exactly. In a real fight, only one thing counts. That's who's left standing. Not technique, not who looks best, not that I do the right form. That's bullshit. Okay? So whatever you're going to do is what you're going to do. That's why I don't get that technical with this stuff. Okay? 4 edge of hand blows, chin jab. 4 edge of hand blows, chin jab. Okay? All right, let's go. Hit and release. Right from there, drive those both your thumbs right through his eyes. Okay, now, good boy, 1 second. On the dummy, it might be a little hard, but after your ear box, when you drive here, I try to take my fingers. Oh. When I drive, I try to take my fingers and drive them into the holes of his ears.
Okay.
I'll lock my hands. Okay? You might not be able to do it. Now, once you get the thumbs in, I want you to go straight. That's how you go for the eye gap. Okay, you just don't press. You grab it straight. Rattle his brains, okay? So the 4 blows, ear box, and right in for the eye, double eye gap. Okay?
I can explain it to somebody. You always notice it why we're starting. How much you usually bad podcast.